Hey guys, my name is Michael Chin and welcome to episode 11 of the live scalping series. Before we get started, I want to give a big shout out to my friend Riley Coleman. Thanks for suggesting my channel and welcome to all of the new faces here. So we are looking at a 2000 tick chart of the S&P 500 futures. It is Friday, February 21st, 2020. And the first thing I see is that we were in some sort of bullish trend and now we have started to have a sell-off. But what I'm paying close attention to is this low here. So I have this dotted gray line here, and this represents the daily low that we've put in for the current session. And so we have just broken that low. And now I'm looking to see if there are any eager traders who are going to aggressively try and short this, looking for this trend to continue to collapse. Because, you know, that sounds pretty simple, right? You have a low, you take out that low, and then you pull back. And then what's going to happen, right? The first thing you think about is, oh, well, once it pulls back, I want to start selling here. Well, it sounds super simple, right? And if it sounds easy, it's probably too good to be true. So we do see that low put in here. And so what happens is a lot of traders, at least a lot of new and eager traders, are going to come in and they're going to try and sell this low here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a buy stock ready right above this bar so that if prices were to reverse, then all of these traders would be trapped. And so what would happen is they'd start to panic. They'd be like, oh God, I got this wrong. And they're going to try and close out of their position. So basically what I'm doing is helping them exit their positions if they're wrong. Now, I'm not saying that this is 100% correct, right? If prices were to just collapse down, good for them. They make their money. But now that we have been filled here and prices are starting to reverse, I think they're going to start to panic and they're going to help us get this 1 point scalp that I'm looking for. So I am a scalp trader. And wow, okay, actually we already got filled, but basically I go for 1 point as a scalp trader and I scalp out 3 contracts and I look for 1 point. So if we scalp out 3 contracts on 1 point, that's going to be $150, which you see here on our profit. And wow, holy crap. So let me back up real quick. But as you can see, prices immediately reversed here and it started to tank down. And this is one reason why we go for this 1 point scalp. So I bought in here and I got my 1 point scalp here and prices immediately reversed. See, if I was greedy and I went for 2 points or something, then we would have lost on this trade. Prices would have reversed against us and we would have had to exit for a loss. But all of the smart traders came in, they took this trap, got out for 1 point, and then let the market go down as it should have. So luckily, we are up $150 for today. That is 1-0. And we are looking to see this downtrend continue. It looks like I tried to put in a sell order there, but then quickly closed it out. Looks like I just missed it. The trend has already gone down pretty quickly. Things are moving really fast. I remember this day it's just crazy. This was one of those volatile Fridays, and we were looking for some sort of big sell-off. So the charts are moving really quickly, and you're gonna have to be thinking super fast to be able to trade this kind of chart. And now we see the trend has really started to sell off here. I've labeled a few trades that are of interest. So if you want to go back and try and review those, these are good places to get a 1 point scalp. But as you can see, I went in for a sell order right here. And now a lot of people have been asking me, okay, like in a big downtrend, is it possible to just sell a one-legged pullback? And this is one of those areas where it is actually possible to be selling a one-legged pullback. Two-legged pullbacks are always the best, but sometimes when the market is just selling off so quickly, you're going to have to take some of these one-legged pullbacks. Now, why is this one good? Well, basically what we're seeing here is we're seeing really small bearish bars, and they're both tapping against this trend line. So as prices continue to bounce off this trend line, I'm just looking for prices to slide off and to continue selling down further. So we did get our 1 point scalp there. Now, what I would tell you though is I wouldn't recommend trying to look for these trades off the start. Remember, the two-legged move in the market, that is going to be your bread and butter. That's going to be your best friend. Now, once you start getting more comfortable with prices, then you can start looking at some of these one-legged pullbacks because, there are some good aggressive opportunities in the market and they will yield you that 1 point scalp. So we are now 2-0 for the day. This is a fast market. We're going to be looking for some quick trades and we have a runner going. Now, these trades that I have marked, I actually didn't take them. The market was just moving way too quickly for me. And as you can see, I only got filled on this one long here. So I missed about 3 trades, but that's what happens. The market moves really quickly sometimes and you just can't keep up. And it's better to not just shotgun out trades as fast as you can because, if you're not 100% sure that the setup is what you want, then you could get burned. Now, let's see how far this runner can go. And it looks like prices are starting to bounce here and break out of this downward trend. So unfortunately for a runner, we're going to get tapped out there, but it looks like we took a tick on that. So we're up $312.50 now. So Looks like prices are starting to pull back here, and let's see if we can find another good entry. Okay, so prices tried to make one attempt down lower, but then they failed, and now they're pulling back. And so what I'm looking for is some kind of two-legged pullback. Now, how do we count that? I've had a lot of questions on how to count these legs. Basically, what you want to find is you want to find some kind of trend down. So we see a trend down like this. And then what happens is we get a first pullback, and then it tries to attempt lower again here. And you see this little tick. And then we get a second pullback here. And so if we were to go short another time, that would be the two-legged pullback. And now if you want to count the opposite way, we can see that there is a trend up here. Oh, and there we go. We just got filled in this order. I'll come back to that in a second, but let me just finish counting these legs. We have a trend up here. We count a leg down. That's one pullback. And then it comes up, makes this one tick back, and then a second pullback. So this is a two-legged pullback to the long side as well. And so why does this trade work? Well, not only are we trapping all of the people who tried to enter long on this two-legged pullback, we are also going with the two-legged pullback short traders. So this is one of those double trades, right? You have the short traders who are coming in on this two-legged pullback. Let me draw that out. So there's the trend down, and then there is a two-legged pullback. So a lot of short traders are going to come in here expecting the market to continue to sell off. But then at the same time, we have the traders who came off of this trend. So there were long traders who off of this trend, they went long right here, right? Prices pulled back once, pulled back a second time, and then they went long off of this two-legged pullback. But then prices immediately reversed, so they got trapped and we were able to get our 1-point scalp. So I really like these type of trades where there is a two-legged pullback in both directions. So not only are we getting those nice short traders that are coming in that like to sell the two-legged pullback, we are also trapping a lot of long traders. So that's helping push prices down to that 1-point scalp for us. So we are now 3-0 for the day. Looks like that's a $462 day. This is going really well for us. So let's see if we can continue to find some more setups in this volatile market. So it's only been about 5 minutes since our last trade back here. And as you can see, the markets are moving very quickly. These are a lot of bars being made in a matter of 5 minutes. But as you can see, there is now another two-legged pullback. There was a trend down. We made the first pullback here. And then now there is the second pullback up here. And so what I'm going to do is I am going to have my sell stop order ready, and so the moment prices do break below that, we do get filled in, and we will be able to hopefully get our 1-point scalp here as all of the other traders try to come in and sell. Now, why do I like this trade? I also like it in addition to the two-legged pullback. It is coming off of this trend line support. So as you can see, prices, whenever they come and test this trend line, they like to sell off. So what I'm looking for is that since we are testing this trend line yet again, I mean, even though we have like broken it by a point, you know, it's just a matter of 1 point, right? It's not like we're up here. That wouldn't be testing it anymore, but we're still in this zone. So I'm still looking for prices to kind of bounce off of it. And hopefully we can come down and test the bottom of this trend line with our runner going. That would be pretty sweet. Okay, so it's taking some time, but it looks like we are finally pushing down. You know, sometimes it takes a while for prices to kind of decide where they want to go. And, you know, this might even mean that this probably wasn't the best trade if there was a lot of chop like that. You know, the best trades will just flush straight down. But that's okay. We picked the right direction, and it looks like prices are now starting to sell off. So let's see how far this runner can go. And it looks like the runner is just getting stopped out here. So I don't think we made any money off that, but we did get our scalping contracts. And remember, the bulk of your money is going to come in through the scalping contracts. Don't get too excited about the runners. They're kind of just there for fun, and they're kind of just there in case, you know, markets want to give you a gift. So we're up $625 for the day. Pretty happy with that, but it's only 7 a.m. So let's see how far we can go. The markets have started to flatten out here, and they are showing some strength, but don't let that fool you. The entire day has been a sell-off, so we should always keep our bearish hats on, and we should be looking for some kind of short trade. So what I'm looking at here is we see that there is a two-legged pullback, the first pullback there, and then the second leg up here. So this is a two-legged pullback to the long side. And what's going to happen is a lot of long traders are going to come out of their shell, right? They're going to see, oh, wow, we've started to flatten out here. There's some strength. Maybe I can start buying. Well, no, this is not the place to be buying. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have my buy sell stop order right here. And I'm going to be looking to trap these traders as soon as prices reverse against them. Now, why do I have this mentality? Well, if we've been selling off all day, we should just look for continued selling pressure in the market. It's not like the markets are going to sell off and then midday they're just going to wake up and reverse. I mean, sometimes that happens, but that's very rare. Usually if a day is trending down, it's just going to continue trending down, or it's going to continue going sideways. Usually it won't wake up until the next day. So As traders, when we do have a very bearish day, we should be focusing on bearish setups here. So what I'm doing is exactly that. I'm trapping all of these long traders who thought, they came out and they're like, hey, like maybe this is finally it. Maybe this is the low. Maybe this is where I can start buying. Well, no, this is not the best place to buy. And as you can see, they immediately got trapped out and I helped them exit their orders and move on with their day. So now we have a nice runner here going and we will see how far it can go. Hopefully we can come down and test the lows down here. But yeah, there's not a lot of resistance. So let's pray for this one to go down as far as it can go. Looks like there is some support down here. We have tested this about 4 times. Looks like we're bouncing off again. So I'm trailing my stop on this runner and hopefully we can weather the storm, but it looks like prices are bouncing here, which is unfortunate. Looks like we're going to get a point and a tick. Yeah, there we go. So we did get canceled out of that runner. I think we're like 5-0, 4-0 for the day. Pretty good. $850 win, but it's not even 8 a.m. yet. This is how fast this market has been moving. So pretty crazy day. Prices have now started to pull back, and what I'm looking for is that 2-legged pullback. So we have come down to this low, and we made a first leg up here, and now we made the second leg down here. So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to sell right below this bar and go in with all of the other short traders who are also looking to sell this 2-legged pullback, expecting prices to hopefully come down and test the bottom of this. Well, that's unfortunate. So looks like I came in a little too quick here, a little too eager, and I tried to sell this 2-legged pullback when in fact this probably wasn't the best place to do it. I mean, obviously it wasn't the best place to do it in hindsight, but when I review this, the EMA is acting as support here, so prices do bounce off of that, and there is somewhat of an uptrend here. And I want to make sure that we're not in an uptrend when I do try and sell here, or else that is trying to look for some kind of top. So as unfortunate as it is, you do lose trades in this type of strategy. Nothing is like 100%, nothing's guaranteed. And honestly, when I think about it, it's probably just a mental mishap, right? It's a human error. Really, this day was totally volatile. There were a ton of trades. There's a lot to process. And, that just puts a lot of damage on your brain. Your brain can only handle so much. And I'm training myself to gain more mental fortitude, but sometimes it causes slips. And so actually after I lost this trade, kind of just packed it up, called it a day. If I'm not trading well enough and I'm making errors like this, then it's probably not good to continue trading on for the rest of the day. But, it's been an awesome day. It's been an exciting day. I think this brings us at 5-1 for the day and did nab off some of those profits. Unfortunate, but we are up 400. So, I'll call that a successful day, even though we made a small mistake. Okay, not a small mistake, pretty big mistake, but mistakes are bound to happen. Before you guys head out, I want to let you know that I'll be taking this week off to work on the strategy guide. So stay tuned for that. It's going to teach you everything you need to know about the 2-legged pullback and the 2-legged trap. It's going to drop sometime next week, so stay tuned. All right, guys, happy trading.